Well, it is. Let's see. It's kind of getting dark, so I gotta hurry up. So what I decided to do was weld this smile steel pipe pieces together. They're very short, and you can see I'm gonna weld them like that. Let's see. Well, I think I'll start right here. Yeah. So I'm just gonna weld them like a streak. I'm gonna weld them in the horizontal position like this with the Harbor Freight Tools 90 amp DC electrode negative flux core wire welder. It's done fairly well so far. Now this was a $128 weld machine at Harbor Freight Tools, and it welds fairly well. I got the wire speed set at 7, and the amps are set at minimum. And let me ground this and get to it. So I'm going to tack it together first. Let's see. Missed. This steel is kind of chilly, so I'm going to have to get it warmed up. Alright, let me set this down and do this. Alright, so it is tacked, but it's kind of distorting a little bit, kind of warping, so I gotta fix that. Well, here we go. Horizontal pipe weld. red glow. Look inside of it. Knock is off. Open it. Look at it. It looks like it's penetrated. You can take an angle grinder and grind those spatter particles off there. You can grind that spatter debris off of that, or grind that spatter particles off, spatter drops off of it. As long as you get this steel hot enough, it'll penetrate. That don't mean I trust it, but it'll penetrate it. Now that steel pipe right there is a little bit thicker than 1/8 of an inch thick. It's like, it looks like it would be 1/8 of an inch thick and then another 1/16 of an inch thick combined. That looks to be like 10 gauge or maybe a little more. But I know it's thicker than 1/8 of an inch thick, that this round pipe is. You know, this wire right here was this weld streak that I just did was done with 030 Flux core mild steel wire. Now the slag is on it is thin. This weld streak done with this 030 Flux core wire is very similar to an E6011 weld streak that's done with an E6011 arc welding rod, which is a deep penetrating welding rod. And now E6011 welding rods do produce a certain amount of spatter too, and not as much as this, but the E6011 arc welding rods produce spatter more than an E6013 arc welding rod will put off. Now I'm thinking I'm kind of getting it, the kind of steel and flux that an E6011 arc welding rod is made out of